What's going on, everybody? I wanted to discuss Cardi B and Star BRIM because they recently had gotten indicted, like Fed indicted, last week. And I only saw my radio, and she actually, encouraged me just by her talking about this. It made me want to talk about it. And she showed a video of another man who has a channel. I believe it was called Crown Talk, but I could be wrong about that. But those are the only two, and I did mention it as well. I mentioned it last week when Star BRIM was indicted, but they put out more information where Cardi B is included, and I'm shocked that a lot of people are not even talking about this. So briefly, Cardi B put the word out for Star BRIM to go and order a hit on Batty G and Jade. It is a lot more serious than y'all think, okay? It's a lot more serious than y'all think. New York City is not the city, it's not the state to play with thugs and violent people. Gangs is not tolerated in the state of New York, and I know that much. That is just not tolerated, and so they're coming down, and that's why you see there's a lot even of celebrities going to jail. If you notice, you haven't heard anything from Cardi B lately. People are asking her, even her own fans are like, when is the next album coming out? And she's joking, saying she's pregnant with 5 hits, and here and there she might put a tiny snippet out, but there's nothing coming. And I believe it has everything to do with her not feeling settled, in order to put out a hit song, because she got a lot that she's facing here. Cardi B ordered this hit out on these two young women. These two women worked at a strip club named Angels, and they got jumped by men and women. It was a brawl at a strip club by a gang. So Star BRIM organized crime, but all of this had everything to do with Cardi being insecure and feeling like Offset was messing around with Jade. Later on, Jade released a video. A whole year later on, like a whole year, she released a video of Offset hitting her up on her Instagram, and she just exposed him for it. So Cardi B and him tried to hurry up and do damage control. I believe this was Thanksgiving, actually. Yeah, it was Thanksgiving. All that on Thanksgiving. That shows that you really love your wife and daughter, Offset. So yeah, I just think it's crazy that people are reporting about Nicki Minaj and her husband. If her husband Kenny was her bodyguard, people would commend him for being overly protective outside. That's what they think, he's overly protective. I just think he's doing what he should be doing as a husband. I think that the world we live in is so polluted and corrupted that the relationships that y'all praise are not really healthy relationships, and they're not created by God, okay? If you can read between the lines, these are man-made relationships that show people really are going after their own lust. So you have a real man that's out there acting as a guard towards his wife, and he should, because of all the beating down bullying y'all was doing on Nicki. I wouldn't blame him. Jeez. And I'm just having a hard time understanding how when you have her not being nasty like y'all want to accuse her of being, she's not being disrespectful, she's not cussing anybody out, looking down on anybody, or whatever else y'all want to accuse Nicki of doing. Nicki's been completely just enjoying her life. She was on RuPaul's drag show looking beautiful. She was at the Trinidad Carnival looking beautiful. She's been taking photos, looking happy, and just not getting into any type of negativity. So I'm having a hard time understanding why people are looking for her to fall and fail. And what I really hate and what sickens me is I'm thinking about video Young Pharaoh just did. Zimmerman, remember him? The cop at the time who shot Trayvon Martin, a black teenager, for walking in a neighborhood, killed him dead. How another man shot at him, a white man shot at him, and he gets 20 years for that. Why is nobody reporting on what's more important, but you so quick to want to attack a black sister? I just don't understand, y'all. I also saw a video today where in Africa they had these African kids in school, and they were all given this like slogan to say by Chinese, and the Chinese were really telling them, I am a black monster, I am a nigger. And they was repeating it because they did not understand Chinese language. But they repeated it with a smile on their face because they were kids, good kids, and because they were black. They were black. But y'all are picking with Nicki Minaj and her husband for what? I'm still not sure. But I'm going to go ahead and get into this indictment, okay? And yes, you need to go, honey. You need to go. You've done enough. Everybody around her is getting in trouble except her. It's time for her to get what she needs to get because she's not doing right, period. I don't just look at a person. Let me say this. I don't compare two people and say because everybody's going to be on her side, I choose to be on her side. That's so stupid and just thoughtless. No thought in it at all whatsoever. Thank God I have a heart and a brain too. You know, I look at her ways. If Cardi did the right thing, if she was living right and she had a good heart and she wasn't out here orchestrating crime, beating up, orchestrating crime, being a part of gangs, admittedly being a part of gangs, not trying to get educated enough to learn how to spell better at this point. I'm sick of it. There's no excuse for it. You're not from you don't let's say you're not born in another country. You were born here with our education. So you should spell better than you do. I feel like you don't put effort into doing good things and doing right things. Let me go ahead, like I said, and get into this indictment, and I'm only going to read a little bit of it. Y'all, you can actually Google it and find it, the indictment in its entirety. But it's long. I'm going to just get down to the part where it has to do with these two. On August 15, 2018, members of the 5'9" BRIMs carried out a violent assault against a bartender at Angel's nightclub in Flushing, Queens, who had not shown proper respect for another member of the gang. Defendant Yanette Respis, who was serving a sentence in a federal prison at that time, commissioned her younger female members, referred to as drops, to pop that bottle on the bartenders, stating, "I want hands put on them. I don't even want no talking." That night, defendants Jeffrey Bush, Louis Love, Rodolph Zambrino, and three of Respis drops met at Angels where they lured one of their bartender targets across the bar. And while holding her by the hair, beat her head and threw a bottle at her. Bush recorded the assault on his cell phone, and the video was sent to the gang member on behalf of whom Respis allegedly ordered the attack. Stop. I'm going to stop right there to make sure that y'all understand this is the affiliation of Cardi. Again, that part says Bush recorded the assault on his cell phone, and the video was sent to the gang member on behalf of whom Respis allegedly ordered the attack. So for one, this does say that there was surveillance. And for two, it was sent to Cardi. I'm going to say allegedly, but this is an attack towards those bartenders. And we already know the story of why. We've been there. We saw the videos. We lived it. It says here, defendant Jeffrey Bush, Tyshawn Atkins, Louis Love, Marvin Pippins, James Cease, Montel Shoemake, and Rudolph Zambrino are charged in the superseding indictment with racketeering conspiracy for agreeing to commit crimes on behalf of the gang, including drug trafficking, identification, and access device fraud, as well as multiple acts involving murder. And I'm going to stop there because I'm going to go down here. It says two additional 5'9" BRIM members, Jose Battle and Brian Jackson, were arrested on a complaint charging them with financial fraud. The charges in the indictments are allegations, and the defendants are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty. So these people could have really harmed those two. They lured one of the bartenders, either Batty G or Jade, pretending they wanted a drink. So you stalked her, basically. You stalked them. Now, Cardi was not there at this time. Cardi had came 2 weeks later to the club. It wasn't until 2 weeks after this incident that Cardi came to that club. So not only did you allegedly receive that assault in your cell phone, which is going to give evidence to take you away behind bars, leaving tracks, then you show up at the place. You show up at the place because I guess that wasn't enough and you wanted more. So yes, she does deserve this treatment that I'm giving her. She does deserve for all of y'all to stop thinking this woman is a good woman. Stop. Like, and start fighting back legally. Like, speak against this. Speak about it, because they don't have mercy on you. They don't care for you. So why hold back? Why hold back? Like, look, woman, if you're not learning from your, I don't even want to call them mistakes. I can't even get it out of my mouth to call them mistakes. If you're not learning your lessons, and if you are continuously putting yourself in these positions, then somebody got to show you before you end up in a worse situation. And ain't no way my brother is sitting in jail, and he's done some things, and you out free, and you out here ordering attacks that could have murdered somebody. There was no limit, and that wasn't enough. Your heart didn't stop and say that's enough. Your heart had no mercy, no kindness, no genuinity, nothing. There was no type of compassion after you saw them getting beat up. There wasn't any thought into it for the both of y'all. All of y'all. No heart. Your concern was more for your immature anger issues being fulfilled. Everybody knows that fighting the other woman never makes it better. It makes it worse. The man still was hitting her up a year later in her Instagram, hitting Jade up. I did a video about it. I put a video out there. It's in Celebrity Topics. He hit Jade up, talking about, I miss you for real. She exposed him, and all of a sudden, here comes Cardi. Cardi to the rescue. All evidence showed that was bull crap. Everybody came together and pulled that together. All bloggers came together and pulled it together on their own terms, but everybody knew it was bull crap. But you fought and beat up those two, and then you came back, and you mean to tell me you don't deserve to go away? But yet some of y'all got family members that's away. Why she get to be free if she's doing stuff? And this is not the first thing she's done. She has admitted to drugging and robbing men. She has admitted to getting revenge by setting them up, drugging them, and then putting a tranny in the room to psychologically wound and damage them to the point where they could murder somebody. She is the cause of a lot of conflict and what could have been a deeper, a darker, a harder crime. She is the cause because of her attitude, her lack of ability to be secure within herself. She has no compassion and no real heart. Because if you really had a heart, you wouldn't have been able to endure going back for more problems after you saw on your video phone, allegedly, them getting beat up. So that's what I wanted to say about that. I'm putting my due diligence in, and it's authentic. This is how I really feel. I don't really care about what y'all have to say in those comments. Say what you gotta say. I think you're an idiot. You're an idiot if you think it's okay for her to continue to do things out here and not be held accountable for it. Nobody's dry messing with this girl, and it don't matter if she's Latina, okay? So don't give me that because I'm black and she's Latina. That is not the case. Cardi was my favorite. She was one of my favorites. When she first debuted on Love and Hip Hop, she brought tears to my eye because she really wanted to be a celebrity, and I rooted for her and I wanted it to work for her. I thought she was very beautiful. I never thought Cardi was ugly. So when she thought she was ugly, I didn't think she was ugly. I thought her style was nice, her personality nice. You know, she was who she was, but she started showing that ugliness, and I didn't see where it was getting any better. So why should I praise that, honey? I don't carry me like that. I don't carry me like that. So why should I take that from anybody else? Never. Never. Okay? I don't think so. So before you get in the comments, make sure you hear that part. Hear this part. I don't give a fill in the blanks. Okay? If you have something to say, you want to defend Cardi, go ahead and defend her. I'm not going to snap out at you because you disagree. You allowed to think what you want. But do I think you're an idiot? Yes. If you approve of that type of mess. But yet you talking about Nicki because her husband is a man that wants to protect his woman. He don't want no man to putting his hands on his woman. I don't want that either. Give me my space. Nigga, give me 50 feet, nigga. Don't be touching me. This is a worldwide celebrity. This is a international celebrity. This is a beautiful woman. that a lot of people would love to either love or hurt. And if you think it's not okay for her husband to say after she had Meek Mill try to fight her out the blue, in him too, following them around, people in the media talking about her as if she's a man, men talking to her as if she's a man, you damn right he should put his hand up and stop that. Like I said, if he was a bodyguard, but then again, y'all probably still have something to say because it's her, because it's Nicki. But you don't make sense. You don't make sense. I praise and thank God that I'm confident in me. I don't hate on the next person. I don't envy anybody. I'm not jealous of anybody. And I don't really hate anybody. I would be there to lift Cardi up and be back on board if she was right. But she's wrong. Star BRIM wrong. These people need to go to jail. That's the only thing that's going to change them. You ain't changed yet. You need to go to jail. Maybe that'll help. Maybe it'll help when you stuck away from your kids and the person that you love all over what? Over what? A cheater? A cheater. Now jail, we know that ain't really gonna help nobody. But we don't need an animal that's out here crazy. That is not the one doing the crime, but behind the scenes ordering it. That's a hit she putting out on people's lives. I don't know what that girl's capable of thinking of. She could think of some heinous things, some even worse things than this. And don't say she can't, because she very well did that. Maybe you can't, because you might have compassion.
Right, so that's all I wanted to say about that.
And
let me know what you think about it. Even if you don't agree, you can say what you want. Say what you want. But just do this. Think about what you're saying over here on Spicy Topics. Okay, please don't I don't like people around me, social media around me, or personal life around me that is flaky like that. That's superficial thinking. You know, I personally don't, but you free to say what you want. You know, it does show me who people are and how they think. You know, so yeah, that's all for now with the Cardi B Star BRIM situation. She is currently in litigation with this. And that's probably why you haven't been seeing her lately. That's why you have not been hearing that new music lately. Who has time to be worrying about? You have been seeing that house being brought, that gorgeous big house, huge house, which is such a blessing. Such a blessing. I don't understand the way they do things. I know Offset, he just got sued for not paying for jewelry, but yet he throwing money at strippers. And that wasn't enough. His arrogance, evil in his heart, he took to his social media and showed more money. So you bragging and throwing it in the people that sued you face, nigga, you owe them. So why the disrespect? Only evil is gonna beget evil, okay? So whatever you think you're doing by bragging about having money after getting sued because your ego was hurt, I don't get it. I don't get why your ego was hurt in the first place, because like I said, you owe them and you could have paid them instead of paying strippers. And what you could do is spend time with your other kid, your other daughter. I can't believe she has to take you for child support. I can't believe she has to go to the judge asking for more quality time. And y'all really want me to cape for who? But y'all mad at Nicki for what? Kenny did who? Come on now. Wow. Peace, y'all. That's it.